As president, what strategy would you employ to address China's recent ongoing negotiations with Havana about setting up a joint military training facility in Cuba?
Do you know how many military bases we have surrounding China? 313. Americans need to wake up. It is a different world. We have about 750 military installations in 80 countries. The fact that other countries are saying, you're going to do that to us, we're going to start doing it to you. That's the world that we live in now. So I think that that's what China is saying, and China is basically taking that posture. I don't want to see Chinese military installations in Cuba, but I also realize, as I'm sure Anthony Blinken and President Biden realize as well, it's a new day. You can't just go around telling people what to do. And there are enough military installations that should not exist, that are American in the world, and that I would want to close, not at the expense of our safety. On the other hand, I don't believe the fact we have all those military bases is making us safer. I think that we have squandered our safety by this militarization of the world. But they don't like the fact that we have so much going on in the South China Sea. Just like we don't like that they might be coming to Cuba. It's called a negotiation, and that's the world today.
Just a quick follow-up on that one, Ms. Williamson. Even though there are many more American military bases surrounding China, do you think there's a difference in intent between what America is trying to do and what China is trying to do with its bases?
On one hand, now let's talk about this very seriously. On one hand, I'm not naive about China. Okay, nobody's naive about China. But look how the rest of the world sees this. The rest of the world is looking at Iraq. The rest of the world is looking at the last 20 years in Afghanistan. And do you think that do you think that they see China as a greater military threat to global security, or the United States as a greater military threat to global security? Let me tell you something, ladies and gentlemen. As president, I will help this country look in the mirror. The American people are not stupid. And my experience of the American people is that if you have something wrong in your family, we can take the truth. We know how to be mature adults, and we know how to fix things. But the political system in both parties doesn't want you to look at what's really true and what's really going on. And as your American president, I would do that. So we have to look at how the rest of the world sees this. We are a multipolar world now. It is no longer unipolar. There was a time when America could just go around doing whatever we wanted, and we squandered our military authority by doing that. We squandered by our moral authority by doing that. We squandered our safety by doing that. We squandered the lives of our own men and women and people around the world by doing that. And at this point, we have to step back, become far more humble. We can't continue to look at the world as everybody as an enemy. You know, sometimes, we're going to need to collaborate with China. We're going to need to collaborate with these other countries to deal with nuclear power, to deal with climate change, and to deal with AI, to be honest. So this posture of us versus them, and we're going to play tough guys and that kind of toxic masculinity, cowboy stuff in American foreign policy will end with me. And I am a woman who, you mess with my children, you're going to have to, I can be very, very tough. You mess with this country, I can be very, very tough. But our foreign policy has not been based on serious security decisions so much as it has been based on the profitability factors of a U.S. war machine and the military-industrial complex. We're going to become far more mature and far more wise when I'm president.